A pleasure to meet all at last, and welcome back to the Vlog-A-Thon 5.0, where you get to see all the stuff I possibly have ever had to say in front of my own camera. And hopefully you can get a better idea of what I pretty much am as a person, and also the kind of lifestyle, timetable I have for things, whether it be work, play, or otherwise. Here in the Vlog-A-Thon 5.0 though, let's get to talk a few things regarding my own health. Probably the most important would be the fact that for a while now, I've actually had to deal with stomach issues, particularly a condition known as IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. You might think that that's a strange idea to ever put out there on YouTube for people to hear, but if Chris Walker of Umzu could do it, then I feel like I could too. I'm a bit envious of him at this point. If he can make that sort of thing a selling point, man, one could only imagine if anyone else were to talk about this stuff. But anyways, it at least would be good to discuss my own perspective on how this sort of thing can impact our everyday lives, because this is a thing that I feel like a lot of people have gotten to know about. If you've known me in person, you might as well hear about what I got to say based on my own side of the argument that might come up with people thinking that my stomach issues are from my diet. All I gotta do is eat more of the greens and I should be good to go. Well, actually, that's not really true. In my case, it is a whole different complication. I feel like it's a bit hard to put together in words, so I'll just do it to the best of my ability. It pretty much just all started when I had myself my very first weight gain. As far back as summer of 2007 this was. I noticeably looked a lot more chubbier than normal. Noticeably. Compared to a year prior, in 2006, I definitely had myself a bit of an average weight for a 7-year-old, but 8 years old, I certainly looked a lot different than what you would see from me today. Looking at me nowadays, I got myself my own weight pieced together. I weigh just under 240 pounds, 6'0". Can't really be sure if it's gonna go any higher or lower than this, but only time will tell. And the thing is, body fat mass has actually lessened quite a bit. I've had some tests, including the famous Skinful caliper, and then of course there's this little device that you use to hold on to, and it could scan your body for body mass regarding both fat, muscle, bone, whatnot. Of course, the last time I did it was during high school, literally during senior year. The first semester I got in 2017, I had a body mass regarding fat that was around 30%, which is a little too high if you ask me. But now I actually went ahead and did it again, believe it or not. 5 years later, what is my body fat like now? 20%. Yeah. A 5-year difference between 20% and 30% from 2017. I feel like that I have managed to achieve a little something in my life. On top of that, my stomach issues are actually much more of a rare encounter compared to how it was before then. About twice a week I would have some issues. Abdominal pain, bit of diarrhea, gas, bloating, whatnot. Nowadays, all of that seems to only occur maybe twice a month. Definitely a difference compared to twice a week. When you basically estimate how many weeks there are in a month, there's usually 4, along with a little extra. So that could mean I would have up to 8 different stomach issues happening within a single month. Now, it's basically gone down by a mere 75%. Twice a month. That is pretty amazing if you ask me. So I feel like that by dropping some body weight of mine, mostly the fats, which is not entirely obvious, but I mean, you could just see for yourself the structure regarding my head shape and whatnot. I feel like it's a lot more chiseled now than it was back then. You can even see some dimples in areas that would normally not be there because I was so overweight back then, weighing at well over 280 pounds as opposed to now. I feel like that all this change that I've brought onto my health, my body, and possibly my life as well, all of that has just simply added up to quite a bit of rewards. Quite a bit of them. And I am pretty happy about how it's actually turned out. And so, what else do I have to say about all that? Well, you know what? I'm just going to keep going at all this. I'll go well below 240, 230, 220, 210, 200. I'm going to see if I can get back down to 190 something. The first time ever in like way longer than 5 years, as opposed to, well, in terms of body fat mass and whatnot. And maybe that could also drop again as well during another 5-year span. But again, there's not a whole lot I can add on here. So if you want to make sure to like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side, please do so. It really helps with my content, my channel growth, and also the kind of income I have every month because of what's been happening in recent months.